Hello everyone, this is Vogel and welcome to this video about how to simply set up electricity in Rust. This is actually how I usually start with the electricity setup, so there's no real secret here. It's quite easy actually. It looks a lot difficult than it actually is because I don't like to use most of the tools. I just like to keep it simple. I want light in my base, I want heating in my base if I live in the snowy area, and I want turrets. That's mainly the goal of power. And I also like to set up my piping system and have a fully automated base. But I'm not going to do that in this video. If you want to learn how to set up the industrial system, just go to my channel and watch the other videos. But for now, let's get some setup. Now, the thing I prefer is always a large battery and a windmill. I'm gonna show both because the solar panel doesn't give power output overnight, and it's always limited. And usually when I start setting up power, I use more than the maximum output of power 50 that a media battery generates. I usually use these only when I make a farm. But I'm gonna show you how to place them both. First, the large battery. As you can see, there's a little small box on the left side. And if you hit R, you can actually rotate the placements of the little large battery. Now, what I like to do is, this looks good, but this is actually wrong. And what I like to do is actually rotate till I see one of the boxes on the right side or the left side. And I just rotate, now it's left, now it's back, now it's right, now it's front. And once it's front, then I'm gonna place it. Just take your time because there's nothing more annoying than placing your large battery the wrong way. If you look now, you can see the most important things. That's capacity, max output, and active usage. And capacity is how much power is in the actual battery. And max output of a large battery is 100. And active usage is actually what you can have connected to the battery and what's draining power from the battery. Now, as an example, I'm going to quickly set up the medium pair battery. It's a little bit smaller, as you can see. But if you look now, you can see those wires. That actually is the right side in the front. And if I hit R, the wires go to the left side. Now they're on the back side, as you can see. Now they're on the right side, and now they're on the front side again. And why is that important? Because here is actually the options for attaching cables to your medium battery. Let's remove this one. And basically, I never use the small battery. It's cute. It can be used for really small systems, but if you look at the max power, output 10, and a max power of 150, that's nice, but I don't use it. I don't like it. Some people like it. I don't. That's how the battery actually works. Now to get power, as I said, you can use a solar panel or a windmill. Let's do the solar panel first. Now, important about the solar panels, like I said, they don't give power at night. And they don't give max power right in the beginning of the daylight, and also not in the evening. So when it's morning, there's less power output than in the midday, and at the evenings, there's also less output. And that's why I don't like them. Important about the solar panel is you have to check the map where you are. As you can see, this is the building server, and I'm in the top of the map, and it means I have to place my solar panel to the south, like that. Now say I'm in the bottom of the map, right here. I have to place my solar panel to the north. And why is that? Because there's actually a day and night cycle with the sun, and it turns around the map. There's even a winter and summer cycle, but that's not relevant right now. And now you want to connect the solar panels to the battery. And as you can see, the battery only has one in. Now what you can do, and I call these the red ones, you can use a root combiner, just like that. Just place them on the wall or anywhere that you want. And you can actually have two cables go into one cable. So we're going to attach the solar panels. And solar panels have their output here. and here. And as you can see, I'm using the electrical tool, and to get a cable, you have to hit the left mouse button to go like this. Now, what you don't want to do, I'm going to show you, is actually place the cables like this, because you're going to see this in game. And well, some people don't mind doing this like this, but yeah, it's not pretty. Alright, so I got the power in set up right now. All you need to do, as you can see, it gives power, is attach it to the battery. And the two solar panels, one solar panel, the max output is 20. But as you can see, the solar panels are not giving max power, 25. And why is that? Probably it's on the building server, but this one is actually pointed in the wrong direction. So there you can see that the solar panels are a little bit unstable for power input. So as you can see, if I'm not now going to use the battery and going to use more than 25 power, I know one thing for sure, that at night I don't have any power. But that's how I set one of the inputs. Now let's remove this one and go to the one that I actually prefer. The windmill. Now, a windmill you need to build up, because the higher you go, the more wind it gives. You don't have to go nuts about this, because as you can see, I cannot build any further right now. And one of the things you can use is ladders, of course, to go up. But what you can also do, let me change to twig real quick, is just do it like this and build stairs upstairs. And that's actually the easiest way to set up a windmill. Not high enough, no, not yet. Let's continue building up. Like I said, go as high as you want. I'm not gonna go max height right now. As you can see, I cannot go any higher, because the building is starting to go unstable. Let me get one more ladder, just to make it real like in game. Because in game you cannot fly as well. And what we want to do is place a windmill here. Now, as you can see, sometimes it gets hard to place the windmill when you're on top of the building here. Just move a little bit back and forth and place it once it's blue. Now the windmill has a power out, and as you can see, the power output right now already is 120. Just go all the way down. And normally if you place the windmill correctly, you don't need to combine them. You can place them right into the battery, because the max output of a large battery is 100, and as you can see, it's 110. Now the good thing about windmills is they give power overnight. Now if you're done with the windmill placing it, don't forget to pick up your ladder, because it's kind of ugly having a ladder on your base in the middle of nowhere. There we go. And also to remove these stairs, they're twigs, so really easy to remove. So just take a gun, shoot the bottom one, and voila, we're done. Now, as you can see, I haven't upgraded the top, but normally you would, of course, just do it to stone. It's normally more than enough. Now there's a misunderstanding about windmills. I'm gonna fly to the top. That actually, this one is the highest that you can build, and windmills need to be placed on a square. But as you can see, it's not true. Two triangles actually go higher, build up like this, with one in the middle, and also you can place a windmill. Because if you have a base design that only uses triangles, And you might think where to place the windmill. Just build a setup like that or a setup like that. And these are actually way too high. Don't go as high as these. It's silly. But that's how you actually set up the windmills. Now that we have enough power, we are gonna make some light. Just get a lamp, place it kind of like here, and voila, we have a lamp. Now, what's very important about the setup of power is actually, that's what I always do close to my TC, is have a switch. And why do you want a switch? Well, say for instance you're using turrets but you want to reload them or turn them off, then it's really easy to turn off your power without having to change your setup. Now for the power output from the battery, I always go directly to my first switch. And this is really important. From the switch, I always go to a branch. And I'm going to show you why. Branches split power in a controlled way. And what do I mean? Is here's the power input. It's 0 right now because the switch is turned off. Here it is, green light, it's on. And in the bottom you can now see it has 99 power. And why 99? Because the max is 100 and every or most things you use power. And if you click on the item, you can see that the switch uses 1. So from 100, there's now only 99 left. And from this one, it goes into here. As you can see, the input is 99. Now, if you look at these, you can see 96 and 2. And that's 98. Why? The branch uses 1 as well. And what this does is a branch you can actually control the left side by hitting E. You can give it any number you want, let's say 12. You can set it and the output is then 12 and the rest goes to the normal output. Let's do that again. We're going to place a branch, say here. Oh, that's really ugly done, but who cares? We're going to place this output to this branch. As you can see, green light is on, both the power. This one we split to 12, but let's say we want to have this light now. And a light, let's just check, needs 2. So that's good. We're going to go from here to the lamp. And voila, we have power in the lamp. Now say we want to have another lamp over here. And now that's something you have to learn by doing it. You have a power in from the lamp and some items have pass-throughs. And what that means is you can actually attach them to this item. So from here, I can go to the next lamp. And as you can see, it doesn't work. And why doesn't it work? Because the lamp needs 2 power and this one needs 2 power. If you run back to the branch, you can see it's set on 2 power. So what we need is 4 power. And the lamp goes on. Hallelujah. Now, what we also want is, like I said, we want to have some heat. Because we're living in the snow. Now, heaters, don't forget, heaters are really cool. You use them for farming, for instance, but also if you're living in the snow, you can see it has power in and power pass through, and heaters go up and go down. And what I mean is, if I'm standing here, I'm getting heat. But if I'm standing, and let me fly a little bit, because I don't want to place ladders all the time. Say I'm on top of the building, say here, I'm getting heat as well. And I'm not sure, but I think it's 2 floors up and 2 floors down. And also some to the left, some to the right. So basically, if you're living in the snow, you can run around naked in your base without freezing to death. And why is that important? Well, if you're defending from a raid and you're in full kit, you're not dying of cold, and the enemy is. So heaters are quite cool. Now, heaters need 3 power, and let's use this branch because we have no goal for the branch yet. Let's use that one. One important thing to know is that if you're using electricity, hold the tool in your hand. Let's set it to 3. Let's branch it to the heater. And as you can see, it gives heat. Now, why didn't I use this path through to this? Because normally when I build up my base, I want the lights to be attached, because there's nothing more annoying. Say you have 20 lights in your base, finding the light where you used the power the last time. So every time I use a new system, I'm just going to branch it out. Besides that, all the green lights in the end. Let me do this. There's nothing more cool than having a base that looks like this in the dark, with all these green lights. Call me nuts, but I like these. Funny little building server. There we go. This looked really cool. Now that's that. We have light, we have heating. What's next? Not much really. I'm gonna set up a turret. Let's keep it really simple. And turrets I usually place combining this one, the splitter. And why? Because every branch eats out 1 power. And as you can see in the usage, we're using 16 power right now. Now turrets use 10 power. So when you start to use turrets, and in the end SAM sites take 25 power. So if you start using those, then you're quickly done with your power. And basically what I want to do is also I want to be as effective as I can. Now for a turret, there's actually a small movie on how to place turrets on my channel, but just place it like this, where you want it to aim. The arrow points in the direction where you want it to shoot, and just place it. There we go, there's the turret. Let's place a weapon in him and some ammo. And what I normally do when I set up turrets, I use splitters. I place one splitter, and like mentioned, a turret takes 10 power. Let's use this one. That means 3 turrets is 30 power, and a splitter takes 1 power. So to set up 3 ports for the turrets, we need 31 power. Alright, let's branch that out. Just go to here, and as you can see, I place the turret. Weapon is inside, ammo is inside. Let's attach it to the power in. And there we go. Power is set up. Now, say you want to change the battery, the ammo, just turn everything off. If you want to authorize someone on a turret, you can only do it with the power off. That's also a bonus of one of the switches. Hold E, go to the menu, authorize friend, run back to your base, and turn it on. Now why do I keep this switch close to my TC? It's quite simple. If an enemy comes in my base and turns the switch off, all my turrets are out of power. There we go. That's actually how you set up power in a base, the simple way. If you have any more requests about more about power, setting up complex systems, just let me know in the comments. If you wanna see how you can actually automate your base, just check my channel. I have quite a few videos on each item of the piping system or the industrial tools. And I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. That's it for me now. See you around. Ciao, ciao.